Hi guys! Hi, I'm Jess.
I'm Kristin.
And we're Old School Otaku.
Today we're going to be reviewing the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul. Mm-hmm. So we have never seen Tokyo Ghoul before.
No.
We have seen a lot about it on the internet. So we've seen like some pictures.
A lot at conventions. Yeah, people cosplaying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have seen it around. So we need to find out like what this is all about.
Yeah.
So
what the hype is.
Exactly.
Yeah. According to Wikipedia, the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul is Ken Kaneki. Kaneki? I think Kaneki, yeah, is a young man who befriends the beautiful and enigmatic Rise Kamishiro, unaware that she is a ghoul. Okay. Rise reveals her intentions to eat Kaneki, but by a stroke of luck, Kaneki survives her attack but is mortally wounded. He is saved by an emergency operation, transferring Rise's organs into himself. This subsequently turns him into a half-ghoul, half-human hybrid, and Kaneki struggles to survive and cope by himself.
Alright, so we went ahead and we watched just the first episode. Yeah. We haven't watched anything else.
Nope, just the first one.
So we have some things that we've noticed about the first episode.
Yeah.
Being the cynical bitches that we are.
Yeah.
So, first thing is that Kaneki is a Shinji Ikari ripoff.
Yeah.
If you look at him, first of all, he looks like Shinji Ikari.
He looks exactly like him. Like, I thought it was Shinji.
And he has a lot of the same personality traits that Shinji
cries a
has.
lot.
He does. Oh my god.
Oh
cries
my god.
all the time.
Yeah.
So he's basically just like a Shinji Ikari. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to like him or not.
He was crying a lot. And, like, I get it. Like, what he was going through was pretty traumatic, but... Oh, he ran away.
Yeah, he did
run away.
And like Shinji, who must never run away. Alright, so some other questions that we have were... Why don't they make, like, blood banks or meat banks for ghouls?
Yeah. Like, if society is completely aware of ghouls, why don't they make it so that ghouls aren't eating people?
Exactly. Like, there's so many things they could have done. Like, it could have been more like, you know, there's going to be the psycho ghouls that are still going to want to kill people. So how do they handle, you know, those kind of ghouls? Like, that would have, like, been more interesting than just, like, oh, ghouls are out there and they eat people and nobody's ever freaking out about it. Like, the general public knows. It's not like they hide and just the government knows about it. It seems like everybody knows about ghouls.
Yeah, it's like a common thing.
It was on the news. Like, they were talking about it. People know what ghouls are. So I'm not really sure why they don't have... Why there were no solutions beforehand.
There were none. Like, if the whole... community, world, whatever, is aware of ghouls, why don't they have something like in True Blood where you can buy like blood to drink? Like, why don't they have that, or blood banks? Like, I don't get it.
There's a lot of things that they could have done. Also, that you can tell that half the characters in this first episode, you'd be like, they're a ghoul.
Yeah.
They're a ghoul. You could tell that Rise was a ghoul. You saw her. Oh, she's a ghoul. You could tell that girl with the blue hair with the anime haircut. She's a girl. She's a ghoul.
She had an eye covered, so you know she's like a main character.
As soon as the one boy was... The one guy who was the ghoul with the glasses, when he was talking
he was a dick.
When he was talking to Kaneki's friend in the thing, I was like, he's a ghoul. Like, they were so obvious about it. Like, they did not act normal at all. Like, they could have really hidden that a little bit better. Yeah. And then brought it up later. So, I feel like it was super obvious.
It was really obvious.
I mean, maybe it's just because we've seen so many anime that we think it's obvious, but I really felt like they were like, yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah. So, the next thing was, like, how are they easy to... like, hard to kill, but then what's her name? Rise, like, was crushed instantly.
Yeah. So they can't get shot and they can't get stabbed, but somehow...
Oh, she was crushed to death.
She was crushed to death. Like, I don't understand. Like, like, you could make an argument that, like, it crushed her bones and that's what killed her.
It crushed her organs or her brain or something, but...
her organs wouldn't have been any use to put into Kaneki's body if it crushed those.
That's true. So
I'm really kind of confused as to... You know, they make a big deal that they're hard to kill, but this one was killed like that. Like,
instantly.
Nothing. Yeah. There was no really an explanation on how she even died, so that kind of confused me a little bit.
And if you can't really cut into them, how were they taking her organs out unless she was crushed and her organs
maybe
were
when
like
they
all over
die,
the place?
Or maybe when they died, like they're able to be cut open then?
I don't know,
but that's still another question that I had.
There's too many questions already in the first episode.
No, and not any of the good kind of questions either. No. Right, and then also when he was at the hospital, the doctor guy who you also see at the coffee shop, so you already know that he's a ghoul probably, and Like, I'm just saying, he's probably a ghoul. And why didn't he tell Kaneki that he was, like, a ghoul, or... like, do more tests on him or something. Like, Kaneki said, like, he couldn't eat anything. So then he would have been like, that's interesting. And then maybe, like, try to cut him or something. Like, I don't know. Like, why didn't they do any of that stuff at the hospital? But he was just like, oh, I think this kid's a ghoul. Let me just let him go. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. And if
they just let him go.
And if the doctor has some other kind of motives for doing this to Kaneki, why would he put him at risk to die that quickly? Like, without, I don't know.
Like,
that didn't make any sense.
They didn't even tell him that he had her body parts. Like, did they tell him? No. Like, they just set him free and like, oh, you're fine. Go home.
Yeah, like, nobody thought anything was weird, that he wasn't. Like, usually, like, if you go to the hospital, like, they won't say, if you're not eating, they're gonna try to find out why you've lost your appetite, why you're not eating before they send you home. They're like, oh, no big deal, and then send you on your way. So that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
No.
And then. Also, on that point, has nobody... did they not know if they put her organs into his body that he would become a ghoul?
Yeah, how did they not know what would happen? Unless it's, like, the doctor's sick plan. I don't know.
I mean, it might be, like
he's
I said...
creating, like, a Frankenstein or some shit.
I mean, like I said, he might have, like, other motivations.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I mean, that was just really weird. Like, has that never happened before? Have there never been a ghoul-human hybrid before?
Right. And
also... like, it seems to me that he's more, like, he's a ghoul-human hybrid, but he has only ghoul tendencies. Like, he can't eat anything normal.
Yeah.
Like, he has nothing that differentiates. Like, I hate to bring it up, but if you watch Twilight, Renesmee was born from a human, human vampire hybrid, but she can eat normal food.
Yeah.
And she can drink blood.
So...
that makes sense, but I haven't seen anything human about Kaneki yet. No. So I'm not really sure the hybrid thing. Like, why are there no guidebooks to ghouls? Like, don't you think that people would have... don't you think they'd be handing out pamphlets or something like that?
Classes, something.
Like, if your date's a ghoul, if she doesn't eat anything, after she takes one bite of something, she has to go to the powder room. Like...
yeah, something.
She invites you down the public. She invites you down a dark alleyway.
I just don't understand why he went down that dark alleyway. Like, I never in my life. She had too much in common with him. Please. What are the odds of them pulling out the same obscure book at a cafe shop? Like, she must have been stalking him.
I'm sure.
Some shit.
I'm sure. They know all this stuff. Like, he has all this information.
Yeah. Like, there was that guy on the TV who was talking about, I'm a ghoul expert, whatever. Like, why isn't this, like, basic news? Like, basic knowledge, like...
You think everyone would have this, and you think that somebody wouldn't be so stupid as to, like, put together the science, or at least question it in the back of their mind. Like, wait a minute, something doesn't add up here. I'm not really sure. Like, just because this girl's hot does not necessarily mean that she's a good person.
She wasn't even that hot. Like, gosh.
We've decided that Tokyo Ghoul for us is like Evangelion meets Twilight.
Yes. Because with a little bit of Frankenstein in between.
Because so many of the characters have so many Evangelion tendencies.
Yes.
And
oh my god.
Like, so many. And then there's, the whole, like, vampire, like, thingy going on. I'm sure there's a council, the
like the Volturi something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Volturi, who knows?
And then I'm sure, like, instead of, like, werewolves, they'll have something else that's, like, a common enemy between all the ghouls or something. I'm sure it's something like that's gonna come up later. Those are just theories. We've never seen anything past this episode, so I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen next.
No idea.
But, would we continue to watch Tokyo Ghoul? Sure.
I would.
I mean, I would probably keep watching. It's not, like, super high up on my radar.
No.
Like, it wasn't as, like, amazing as everyone was, like, making it out to be. I don't know, maybe it gets more interesting as it goes along, but just like the first episode, like, it's definitely not the worst thing I've seen.
No, definitely not.
Seen worse.
No, seen way worse.
Seen worse.
Yeah. And I mean, some of these questions that we have, like, I would like to see them answered. Like, I would probably watch it just to find out, like, what is Dr. Gendo's motives? Like, what is he going to do with little Shinji? I think I gotta watch more of the series just to figure out what the hell is going on. Too many questions.
I'm sure some of these will never be answered. Like, I'm sure some of these are plot holes that they'll never discuss, and that will bother me forever. But
like, is the series even over? Is it still going? Like, I have no idea. I have no idea. This better not be like a Eren Yeager's basement thing going on, where like from the first episode you're like, what the fuck is in that basement? And here we are, like, what the fuck is that doctor's motives? That better be answered.
You'll never know.
It better be answered.
You'll never know what's in the damn basement.
Never know.
I don't even like Attack on Titan. I don't really give a shit.
That's not like one of the only new animes that I've actually given a try, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, that's a whole nother video.
I can't deal with hyped up animes like that. It was too damn
much. Oh gosh.
All right, so we decided that we would watch more of this.
Yeah.
It's not super high up on the list. I don't have to watch it now. If I am bored and I have the opportunity to, I would absolutely continue watching this and hope that some of my questions would be answered. Yeah, I would definitely continue watching this. And like she said, it's not that high up on my like list of anime I gotta see. I'm not like craving to watch the next episode, but I would continue it just to see like what happens. Like, what's the end goal for the show? Yeah. I just want to know what Dr. Gendo is going to do with little Shinji. All right, guys. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please comment. Please subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.